One of the main applications of using pneumatics in industry is using it for pick and place applications. We want to go through and see what are the main components in designing a vacuum gripper and learn some tips with this great real-world example. First of all, let's see a video of the sample I designed. In this project, we successfully tested the connection between robot and vision system. The camera detects the positions of the letters and sends them to robot to pick them up and place them in the position that is defined for it. At the end of this section, you will learn to design one for yourself. There are three main components for a vacuum gripper. Let's start with the one you see the most, suction cup, that's in touch with objects and picks them up. Second, we need something to make suction, and that's called ejector or vacuum generator. I will explain in more detail in the next slides. With the first two, suction is created, but mostly we want to take and control the process. We want something to turn the suction flow on and off with all command. So for that we need a 3-2 solenoid valve. What the 3-2 solenoid valve means? It means this valve has 3 ports and 2 states, and NC means normally closed. That means it won't let the air pass unless it's actuated. As you see, we have 3 ports that we can attach our silencer and fittings to it. We should always connect port 1 to the main air supply that comes from compressor, and port 3 to a silencer, and port 2 gets connected to the suction cups. As you see, there's no way from the inlet port 1 to outlet port 2. That's why we call this valve normally closed. Let's now actuate it and see what happens. By actuating the valve, the spool moves to right and port 1 gets connected to port 2 and suction gets created. So we have 2 states in this valve, closed and open, and the non-actuated state is closed. Now it's time to see all 3 main components in one frame. When we actuate our valve, that its signal comes from PLC, suction creates, and the object gets picked up. The sound you're hearing is the sound of the air moving through silencer. Without silencer, you would hear a much louder noise, so it's necessary to use it, otherwise the sound would be annoying enough. Let's now release it and go on. Something important you should consider is that even when you have more than one cup, only one solenoid valve is needed for all of them. In this gripper that we designed for one of our customers, we used 4 suction cups to pick a sheet. For all of them, only one solenoid valve is needed, no more, because we want to actuate all of them in the same time to pick the sheet. These are all the components needed to make a vacuum gripper. As you see, port 1 is connected to compressor and port 2 to ejector, and ejector is connected to the suction cup. By actuating the valve, the compressed air passes through the valve and our gripper will pick it up. Let's now see what's happening in this small, simple and amazing ejector. It's somehow the heart of our system. That's what you see inside an ejector. Now, to learn how it works, let's review some physics principles.